That's what I like to hear. Lumi rank 3 versus Lumi rank 7. We got a top 10 showdown here for our first match. I would have it no other way. First blood already drawn by SHADIC.
Yeah, still though, and this is where you want to be if you're a SHADIC, right? Stacking on all of this damage and getting an early lead here. One of my favorite things about the SHADIC play recently is how aggressive he is, and then recognizes, you know what, it's not my turn yet, let me just back off. But here comes Sonix, trying to find a way back in, but still another player that's disciplined.
Pressing the advantage already here. Both these players are going crazy off stage. SHADIC seems to want to take the problem immediately to Sonix, but Sonix says you cannot handle what I can put forward.
That's the thing about the Fire Emblem characters too, Script, is that sometimes their recoveries are just too linear, and it's easy for Sonic, especially to kind of get into position and punish accordingly. But Rapid Jab is going to come out here. Sonic's going to have to take his time off stage. Great air dodge up. Still so much control in this, even stock 1.
And all of this control came from a blessing. SHADIC had to get back on stage. We find ourselves in the corner once again, but a lot of respect being given early.
Yeah, still, right? I mean, that's the thing. Every single moment of this game, number 1, counts towards their adaptation. The pin, double pin, not going to be enough just yet, but what a call out to the mental.
Give me this Nair. Great short hop over here. So there's a lot of stuff to just stuff out any of these quick approaches. A lot of preemptive options coming up from SHADIC already. I like the idea. Spring not going to interact with the recovery the way Sonix would have wanted.
Yeah, still just taking a little bit more time here. SHADIC finding the Nair, and now Sonic's just going to go for the reset here. Once more, just playing patient is the name of the game for both players, right? But falling off air will be able to get SHADIC on the board here for a stop. Let's see how quickly Sonix is going to be able to respond.
Crazy reach there. So many of these sword characters can do a lot with that short hop falling up there. SHADIC able to cash in for it, spacing out a ton. These Nairs and these backers are the name of the game in the corner. Not going to find the reverse hit.
Yeah, still though, pretty good extra credit. Every hit at this point does count. Loving the way that SHADIC's just going for this Nair to stop all this momentum.
Yes. Sonic's obviously ones who run in with authority. As you see right here, you see the hold in to get the forward air full hit. I like it. Edge guard situation once again. Jump, spot dodge.
You know what? I like the passive get up from SHADIC there too. It's going to show that we can't adapt too easily to the way that SHADIC is playing here. Sonix though still just trying to find a way in. I love the forward air to the pin. It's not going to be enough just yet as Sonic's now still struggling to get this KO.
Just forward throw, give me all of this stage. Keeping the aggressive options on the deck here too. Nair to catch that full hop. We are knotted up even.
Yeah, still though, it's feeling like SHADIC is just so in control of the neutral right now that Sonix is still just either trying to figure out the movement here or just trying to find the right point to get something started. And I think we're figuring it out, Script, right? We're trying to bait out this pin so we can go ahead and punish, but still the pin success rate on SHADIC is so impressively high.
Forward air down here too though. Spark of momentum coming in. Drop down back air a little early. Back hit. Gonna find a close stock. 2 count to the blast zone. Air dodge gonna get us back. Both players much worse for wear after returning to stage, but we will find solid ground.
I love like the scramble on the ledge right there. Both players have so much control, right? We're seeing air dodges up and everything. Here comes Sonix though, finds the first forward air, but SHADIC's really not giving him much to work with, only giving him these 1-2 pieces. There's the back air though, coming out from Sonix, going all the way, and SHADIC once again using the momentum of the pin to still propel himself back on stage.
So good, being really tricky, playing passive, playing aggressive off stage here too, but Sonic's gonna keep the rinse and repeat fastball forward air, gives Sonix the first meaningful lead of this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and now it's kind of a heartbreaker here, but not going to be enough to find anything. Going for the F smash, not going to be able to find that either. So now Sonic's going to be able to reclaim the lead, and now we are going to see Sonix take the tempo and put it back into his own hands.
Exactly where you want to be if you are Sonix or a Sonic fan. My goodness, this chain is going to go forever. Homing attack going to work out in straight vertical.
Still though, SHADIC trying to just figure it out. But Sonix can just play away. This is what he's kind of known for at this point, right? And when he finds the combo in, right, it's never just a one piece. It's always just all this consistent string of damage, but still going for the F smash, unable to find anything. And now SHADIC still stuck in this corner, will be able to come out. We got to figure out how to get some more damage, Script.
Yeah, Sonic's giving SHADIC a lot of space to whiff here. Giving all of this room to make mistakes here. Sonic's not going to find the spring drop once again. Not happening all too often, but rolling right into the loving arms of Sonic. Back throw will seal out the 2-stock for our inaugural game here Riptide 2024 top 8.
It goes to show once again, this is my favorite word to use when it comes to Sonix, and that is just straight up discipline, right? He rarely cracks under his own tempo, and it's really just about recognizing, you know what, I'm down, I'm going to be able to find a way back in, but still SHADIC, who was so far ahead at one point. We're seeing the combos, we're seeing these amazing back airs coming out from SHADIC too, these like jaw-dropping back airs. We're just not seeing the stocks, and that's what we need to see, Script.
The set play is going to be very interesting here too. Obviously, SHADIC been so consistent in these defensive options. Can Sonix find the way through all of them? It seems like that is the case when it comes to the end of that first game. Ball currently in SHADIC's court, has to do the counter pick and has to do the counter play going forward.
I like how both players kind of have their thing that they're doing in the middle of both games, right? SHADIC's picking a song, Sonix is standing up, kind of like stretching it out. You know what? You got it, right?
It's a classic red versus blue matchup here too. It feels opposing colors matching up.
Stride is yellow, but red and orange, or Stride is orange, excuse me, but red and orange are close enough together. See though, I mean, what would you do if you're SHADIC here?
My goodness, it just feels like all of these nairs are getting a little bit too preemptive. Obviously wanting to catch Sonix on a spin dash, a spin charge, anything that's a quick burst option going forward. I think you just kind of got to roll the dice at some point and just start going and throwing face right at Sonic.
Still though, trying to just get into the zone. I feel like I was watching SHADIC a lot this morning. I felt like it really wasn't like getting into a zone. A lot of like kind of facial expressions, right? Like not that like stoic, like kind of persistence that we need in a match like this, but still, of course, definitely not down and out just yet. We just got to figure it out.
I mean, these tournaments are always a marathon and not a sprint too. There is so many great players, as we listed earlier, that both of these competitors had to go forward and defeat. So, I mean, got to keep enough gas in the tank to keep going here too. So this time in between sets, I am all about that.
Okay, still just once again, taking a quick moment, getting everything together, taking a deep breath. Like we talked about, the tournament endurance is something that you have to master over a long, long amount of time. Like we said, it's been a couple hours actually since both of these players have played in tournament. Got a nice big break for that awesome Melee top 8. So we'll see what's going to happen jumping back into game number 2.
I mean, just a great point there too, Lyric. You have to take the time to get back warmed up to tournament speeds here too. That's why you kind of see some of the slower starts, but seems like we are breaking the mold here too. Love the fade back from Shield after the hit, and then Sonix finding a dash attack for SHADIC. Going to get reversaled here from the advantage.
Yeah, I'm actually loving the way that Sonix actually landed with that up air. It was actually super clean, but here comes SHADIC. These up tilts and these up airs are looking good, but we need to see all the way these combos go to fruition here. Trying to find this nair to get something started, but like you said, Script, a little bit earlier, I think Sonix is catching on.
Caught the cancel out of the spin dash there too. Nair back air, going to find a stock this time. What a lead we have found ourselves in here too for SHADIC. Sonix obviously needs to play with the lead if we want to have the game plan go the way we want.
Going all the way for this forward smash, not going to be able to find it here. Like the landing with the nair once more, and now it's all up to SHADIC here in this neutral. This is almost a mirror of what we saw in game number 1, but it's up to the adaptation here. But here comes Sonix. I like the DI on that, but it will just be Sonix finding this edge guard once more. This is what he's known for, and that's why Sonic is such a versatile character off the stage.
And that lead we had now evaporated. Sonix laying it on thick here. Oh my goodness, the bait call out jump has been saved, but it will not save you from this Sonix edge guard. We will go forward at you until you are dead.
Yeah, absolutely. And for a game that started out with so much potential in SHADIC's like play, here comes Sonix coming in with just perfect edge guards, right? No hesitation, no sweat, just understands this drop zone back air and coming up with literally every angle on SHADIC's recovery there. Beautiful stuff from Sonix, but SHADIC definitely not out of this just yet. Here comes the pin, trying to get something started here, but Sonic's just too slippery.
Finding a grab in this corner, an option we have not seen all too often from SHADIC. Love the idea to catch the landing with it. Back here just barely missing its mark.
Like the nair down, there's the up tilt, trying to find this up air, there's pin. Not going to be able to find the stock just yet, but still beautiful nair up air conversion. SHADIC going to bring himself back into this, but now it's still so close on this game number 2. We're already down to 1 stock.
Stocks come cheap around here, 2% coming in by the boatload. Ooh, a little bit of a reprieve here too. No damage done in quite some time, especially for these two speedy characters. Can really get in your face quick.
Okay, beautiful parry from SHADIC, and that's gonna have to be one of the win conditions that we do here, right? What can we get out of parry and a punish that takes us all the way here? Still taking so much time. It's gonna be SHADIC is the one who's going to approach first, finds 2 hits, finds a third, but here comes Sonix, finds the forward air, trying to get into position, but going to launch himself off stage, at least for the moment here. But I love the way that SHADIC, for the moment there, was putting a little bit of pressure there, right? You know what? If you're gonna force yourself to the corner, I'm gonna make sure you stay there.
All these spins being canceled here too. Sonix does not want to do anything too telegraphed. Dash tag going to break through all of the zone. Pin barely helping us avoid that forward air.
So close here, but okay, preemptive spring not going to be it. SHADIC unable to find the follow-up directly onto the platform here, but waits out. We'll be able to find an up air. It's getting closer and closer as SHADIC is going to be able to start closing the gap in terms of percent.
Do not feel too comfortable in the air versus SHADIC. Can pull the trigger on that up B if you do start to get lazy. Sonix again in the advantage. So many mix-ups here, Nair back here. Not going to find this mark on the first hit, but the remix will find it. Sonix 2-0.
It's just the fact that off stage, it feels like there is nowhere that SHADIC can run safely. It feels like every option is wrong. Sonix has an answer for all of it, and it's just reading the movement and punishing accordingly. This is what I was talking about a little bit earlier with Corrin's recovery. Sure, yes, you can air dodge, right? But it seems like Sonix always has the answer.
It is kind of the plight of Corrin as well, too, that recovery. Once you get into that downward 45 off stage on either side, it is very telegraphed the way you want to get back. It could be a drift in, jump, up B. It's hard to kind of go and grab ledge from straight below if you're not too far down. So Sonix just playing the long game here, waiting for these options to prevail, and they seem to have in these first 2 games.
Yeah, you're talking about playing the long game here. If Sonix were to win this set, has to make the run all the way back to grand finals. You want to talk about a long run, there it is. But we're not counting SHADIC out at all just yet. Okay, gonna be taking off the, listen.
Little power up, taking off the weight vest.
Yes, absolutely. It is a little cold in the venue, I will say, but honestly, whatever helps you here. SHADIC potentially on his last game at Riptide, a very commendable top 8, but you know he wants to go further.
Especially up there, too. As competitors, you don't feel the rest of the heat in the venue, too. You are just warmed up, ready to go. Sometimes you start sweating. You got to get the jersey going.
I appreciate how much time he's taking for himself. You know what I mean? This is his moment. If he feels ready, go on ahead. But if not, I'm going to take a quick second, just really breathe here. Playing against Sonix can be a little bit mentally taxing. He is so patient. It really kind of like goes against what a lot of players kind of love to do in Smash in general, and that's just run in, mash buttons, hold forward, right? So honestly, takes a quick second to center yourself, get your game plan, get going.
Truly a countermeasure against everything all people want to do in this game. Sonix will stifle you. It really seems to be you need to be the better player on that very day to take down Sonix. Not going to be one to be getting cheese, not going to be knocked out some BS. We will have to take it the long way, and SHADIC will have to take it the long way as well, too. Down, staring the barrel of a 30.
Still, though, once again, taking the time, and I definitely don't disapprove, but characters are going to get locked here. I wouldn't expect to see any character choice change from SHADIC at all.
2 specialists through and through. Both players rocking the electric hand warmer too. I like the update to the meta on that one.
Soon they're gonna have controller monitors do electric hand warmers, and they'll be like,
that.
"Oh, okay, I did not mean to put that out into the world." Regardless, though, game number 3 here could be SHADIC's swan song, but we want to figure out a way to keep this set going, and here we go. This is how we do it. Forward air into the pin, but we gotta take it a little bit further. But forward air from the ledge, and now Sonix back in control of the center stage.
It feels like Sonix is taking every single one of these games completely differently, not taking too much from the previous, because SHADIC always comes off to a hot start in the previous 3 games we have seen.
Okay, so close here, not going to be able to find anything. The neutral now, there's the down tilt, and that's something I think I want to see out of SHADIC a little bit more, because it seems like it's such a good combo move into practically anything else in Corrin's kit. Trying to find something here, but here comes Sonix, going to be able to get some of this much-needed damage here to win back the fight. Beautiful parry, but unable to find the punish out of it. Going to try and recover as far as it takes to not get hit by that F smash.
Oh, the roll behind. Not going to find a grab. Just going for the spin in the corner. SHADIC able to avoid all of that. Rapid jab going to do a ton of knockback here. What is our ledge option?
So close. You go either way, Script, but still a very patient stock #1 here in this game. And now it seems like SHADIC going to try and recover a little bit higher, taking less time right below the ledge. And that has been, unfortunately, what has lost him these past 2 games. So I do not blame him for just trying to press the eject button immediately and get back to ledge as fast as possible.
And if the previous 2 games give us any sort of indication, this is where Sonix really starts to make the money. Oh, falling up there, not going to scoop as we've seen previous forward smash, neither.
Back throw is going to be the option here. We'll see what he's able to do. Air dodges through, the spring will connect, but we are still able to get back to stage here. Sonix now going to be stuck on the ledge. Landing up air, not going to be able to do it here. So now SHADIC trying to find a way to get this stock off, but Sonix still chipping at the ice sculpture. That is SHADIC's first stock here, and basically has brought it back to even.
One strong hit to either of these competitors will take out the other. You see the stalemate start to build up here, too. No one wants to be the one to make the mistake.
Yeah, absolutely, because it feels like sometimes if you run in first and your opponent's ready for it, it's done for here. But SHADIC definitely recovering so much better in this game #3, but you tried to take the creative route, and Sonix is going to cover it as fast as possible.
Oh, my goodness. All the iframes on that going to get you through certain depth from that pin.
No.
Holding all of this extra credit as well, too. Sonix firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hate to see it if you're a SHADIC fan, to see like that double back air, right? You can really feel that. And it does also a lot of damage here. Sonix going to be able to find the aerial, and now SHADIC doesn't really have a safe place to land here without somewhat of a threat of Sonix coming up and kind of throwing off the balance a little bit more.
And when having to land as the up air not going to kill there, SHADIC has to use so many resources to try to get back to the ground.
Ooh, okay. Tries to get something started, unable to, but still, this is where Sonix finds so much profit, saying, you know what, cool, I'm up a stock, you know the vibes, and now, honestly, I could just wait to go in until you make a mistake and I can profit.
Ooh, wanted to catch there, too. Smart for Sonix to just back off of that one. SHADIC's full hop meant certain doom if you had run into that.
Yeah, absolutely. So close here. Still, the neutral here between both players is so impressive. Both of them just don't want to fall into a trap. I'm so sad that that last Corrin up air didn't KO either, because it just looked like it was either perfect DI or just a pixel off here. But still, once again, every Corrin recovery has been caught out by this back air, Script.
And Lyric, you were talking about it. These high recoveries seem to be the late game mix-up that we were trying to run from SHADIC, but Sonic hot on the case immediately. The second time it was even pulled out, we are ready for a punish.
Yeah, but now Sonic's going to be able to get a couple of up airs and reset in neutral once more. SHADIC trying to find a way to get at least this first stock off, and then we can worry about the rest here. But it looks like Sonic's getting so comfortable, even walking in neutral too, trying to figure it out, but unable to really get anything started. What do you do if you're SHADIC?
It's so tough because you can't play the waiting game versus Sonix. It's exactly playing into the hands we want to see, but it will have to start with that stock. It's going to be a miracle here too, but I've seen crazier things on this stage.
Super close here now. Once again, the neutral going down, but speaking of going down, so is the time. We're already at almost 2.5 minutes here, and Sonix still has 2 very healthy stocks to work with. And honestly, I love the fact that Sonix does not mind getting a single hit and then going on and head and resetting. Understands, you know what, this is the game that I play, and most players just can't fight it here. Not going to be able to find the back air, but now SHADIC still just swinging for something.
And these short hops forward. Sonix trying to get out of this corner. SHADIC just keeping the pressure on. Oh, off stage here too. Could be a punish. Not going to see it down there. No pin. These low percents, it's hard to find a stock there. Got to get creative.
That's the Sonix. If you know, you know. Sometimes the stocks just take themselves out. It would be very interesting to see while Sonix is up 2-0 here, but it's definitely not over for SHADIC, but we just have to find that way in. And Sonix is really not giving him much to work with. Finds the pin, but doesn't go all the way through with it. And now Sonix super comfortable resetting to the other side of the stage. And it just feels like cat and mouse at this point, Scrib.
Yeah, all of the spin dash in the corner. We're canceling it until we find the time where you step just 1 foot over the line. We can revert to this edge guard situation, but as you were saying earlier, Lyric, Sonix wants to just tap this one in here too. Do no mistakes as we close it out.
So close here, but honestly, it feels like any mistake that SHADIC makes is just over. Going for the spring gimp, unable to find anything, but landing back air, at least going to allow for SHADIC to reclaim advantage here on the ledge, at least for the moment, trying to get something started. Rapid jab, but can you do it with a minute left? I don't know.
Yeah, it has to go for something crazy. You saw that drop zone nair, not leading into anything, but I like how we have to get aggressive here. Jab's not going to work out.
Still so close, Script. It's just the fact that it feels like SHADIC is just kind of swinging at the fences, but there's the forward air. Another edge guard from Sonix could be in the spring, and that is going to be it with the fall-off forward air. Sonix, a very dominant 3-0.